Hi, this is a day in the life of Mata Najwa.
Hi, this is Shou here from TikTok.
Shou, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to Mata Najwa.
Thank you, Najwa.
You've previously mentioned that one of the top priorities for TikTok is to establish trust among non-users, who often include policymakers. So what would you say are the biggest misconceptions about this platform?
Thankfully, increasingly, we see many policymakers trying out the platform themselves, and it's a very good experience because then I think they get to experience firsthand the community that's on the platform itself. One of the most sort of common misconceptions is that TikTok is all about dancing and singing and performing. First of all, I think dancing and singing and performing is great, and I'm very proud of the content that we have on our platform. But as the platform grows, the content itself is diversified.
Bukan hanya tempat joget dan nyanyi-nyanyi, itu yang pertama ditekankan Shou. Dan itulah TikTok hari ini. Salah satu platform tercepat dalam mencapai popularitas global. Berkembang pesat sebagai laboratorium kreativitas dan lahan luas kesempatan untuk kita bisa jadi siapa saja. Melakukan apa saja. Di TikTok, siapapun bisa jadi entertainer, seniman, guru, bisnismen, memberi inspirasi. Tak peduli warna kulit, lulusan luar negeri atau bukan, pakai barang branded atau tidak, punya ribuan follower atau baru coba-coba bikin akun. Semua punya kesempatan tampil dan diapresiasi. Ini ruang inklusif yang tidak mengejar kesempurnaan, yang dicari bukan supermodel berkaki jenjang atau penyanyi bersuara emas, tapi orang-orang yang percaya diri.
Wahai wanita!
Sayangnya, bukan berarti tanpa persoalan. TikTok terus jadi perbincangan, mendatangkan kesempatan tapi juga dianggap menakutkan. Penting Mata Najwa melihat lebih dekat TikTok langsung bersama CEO-nya, Shou. Karena justru di platform ini, kita bisa melihat puluhan juta anak muda Indonesia terkoneksi, merasa didengar, mendapatkan perhatian. What do you think are the reasons for TikTok in gaining such a massive popularity here in Indonesia? I mean, 125 million users, second only to US. What's the reason, you think?
Ultimately, it is the community. Our mission is to inspire creativity and to bring joy. And we have always built our product to try and enable that. We give our users a window to discover, and our recommendation algorithm is very different from the previous products that were available because it really encourages discovery. We give them a canvas to create, and we give them bridges to connect. And really, it's the community that is very special here. It's people come on to listen to other users, to watch the videos from other users, and they find their communities and they connect. And it's a self-reinforcing cycle, and we're so proud of the community that we have.
Menurut saya, TikTok Shop adalah marketplace is the best dikarenakan tidak peduli dari mana asal kita berada, TikTok bisa mengangkat bagaimana branding toko kita. TikTok sangat-sangat bisa mengubah hidup saya, keluarga, dan tentunya warga Jawa Timur.
She said that TikTok is the best marketplace. In what ways is TikTok's approach to e-commerce is different from what we have seen in other platforms?
We have about 125 million monthly active users in Indonesia today. We estimate about 5 million small businesses are on our platform. Now, Indonesia is the first place that we launched our e-commerce offering because it is a very tech-savvy, young population. They are early adopters of technology. Now, fast forward a couple of years, and we have about 2 million of these small businesses selling their wares on TikTok Shop, which is our e-commerce offering. Now, most of this is local suppliers, local sellers and buyers, because we want to encourage the local businesses to be on our platform first. And I hear amazing stories from them, just how our offering has empowered them to discover new users. Some of them are old businesses discovering a new platform. Some of them are just entrepreneurs. We talked about Sama-Sama Belajar. People use our platform to do business now. Some people use our platform to find their communities. I met this one young lady. Her name is Vina. just a couple of days ago. She is in HR. She works for the company, she's in HR. And she was inspired to make videos to help other young people do their resume so that they can find a job. And she showed me on her phone how many people sent her thank you letters for that. Now that experience has also changed her life because she has millions of followers now on TikTok. And she has started to earn an income on TikTok as a result of that. And she told me she even got to buy a new place for herself. So it's stories like that, that really sort of keeps us going.
TikTok tuh udah banyak banget sebenarnya mengubah hidup aku. Salah satunya ya karena aku bisa dapat kesempatan untuk menciptakan ruang virtual kelas edukasi ya, terutama soal karir, dan aku nggak pernah nyangka dari video-video yang aku buat aku bisa bantu banyak orang untuk mendapat karir impiannya.
Warna-warni hariku semenjak ada dirimu.
Siapa sangka, platform yang dulu identik dengan hiburan dan keceriaan kini diperlakukan sebagai ancaman, bahkan di level politik global. Setidaknya ada belasan negara yang sudah melarang penggunaan TikTok baik secara terbatas maupun menyeluruh, termasuk Amerika Serikat, negara dengan pengguna terbesar TikTok di dunia, mempertanyakan isu keamanan data secara serius. Indonesia sendiri sempat melarang penggunaan TikTok di tahun 2018 karena dianggap menyebarkan pornografi atau konten yang tidak pantas. Jadi, apa TikTok masih menjadi tempat yang aman? Shou, several countries have been pushing to ban TikTok. A few of them already gone ahead with that. This is over the concerns of privacy and security. So what's your take on the allegation that TikTok poses a threat specifically over that regards?
We have been engaging with many governments and policymakers around the world on their specific concerns. I think it does differ depending on which country you're talking about. I think generally speaking, our commitment is to make sure that TikTok remains a very safe place, particularly for our teenage users around the world. Our commitment is to make sure that data security always remains a top priority for us. Our commitment is that we will keep TikTok a place of freedom of expression, of course, under the mission of inspiring creativity and bringing joy. And we're investing a lot of resources to prevent third-party manipulation of our content. And the fourth thing is we are committed to transparency and third-party audits so that we can help more policymakers understand the work that we have done. And I am confident that with the combination of these commitments and the fact that this platform is just so useful for so many people around the world, we will be able to have very productive and collaborative dialogues with governments around the world.
In terms of data privacy and security, I know there is a Project Texas in the US and similar project Clover in Europe. Is there any plan to make some sort of the same or similar project here in Indonesia as the second largest user of TikTok platform?
With digital sovereignty, this is what we call this digital sovereignty. I think the balance is always between keeping the internet global and interoperable, because that way we can leverage the best talent, be it from our user base or from our employee base, and make sure that they're building the best experience for people around the world. And at the same time addressing specific data security concerns that certain governments have. So this is a topic that we are spending a lot of time on. Our data centers today for our user data is in Singapore and in Virginia. And we are increasingly looking at expanding into Ireland as well. So we will continue to study this and try and build for the right digital sovereignty strategy for the various regions that we operate in.
But that would depends on the requests per se for each government or each country. It's not going to be like a blanket policy for all users of TikTok around the world.
Absolutely, because the world is a very diverse place with many different points of view. So we need to make sure that we understand the local context and the local nuance and build for that strategy.
Mr. Chu, you are here because the American people need the truth about the threat TikTok poses to our national and personal security.
How can you promise that that will move into the United States of America and be protected here?
The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. We call this initiative Project Texas.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have
Question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Shifting gears a bit, so over time we have seen several incidents of dangerous or harmful threats or challenges going viral on TikTok. What steps are being taken to prevent the spread of such content?
I take this issue very, very seriously. We publish something called our community guidelines, where we talk about what is allowed and not allowed on our platform. And you will see that dangerous challenges is not allowed on our platform. We invest a significant amount of resources to identify them and to remove them proactively on our platform. And we publish them in a transparency report every quarter where we talk about how much of that content we remove proactively. It is unfortunately an industry-wide challenge. So we also want to provide resources and work collaboratively with other platforms. For example, if you search for any dangerous challenges on our platform today, you'll be redirected to a safety resource page. We have also worked with some creators to produce some videos to share with our users as well. Before you do anything dangerous, please stop, and think about it before you post. And we want to do this, both from the defensive side where we remove that content, but also from the more proactive side where we try and share and educate our users better on not posting content that is dangerous challenges.
Well, despite all the efforts, explicit content, including pornography, still appears, not just on TikTok, but if we're talking about TikTok specifically. And this is particularly concerning in Indonesia due to cultural and legal standards. Are there any additional steps in the pipeline to address this issue?
The vast majority of our users' experience in Indonesia and around the world is one of joyful and safe content. Unfortunately, you rightly pointed out, this challenge exists for our industry. It is a very big challenge to try and get violative content down to zero. We keep the percentage very, very small and we are investing to bring it down, but it's very difficult to get to zero. Regardless of that, we want to make sure that we invest more with more local experts to help us identify what is the right nuance for the local markets. We have hundreds of content moderators who work together with our global team, and of course the machines were built to be able to keep the content very safe in Indonesia and in other countries that we operate in.
Ada banyak faktor keberhasilan TikTok, tapi rasanya yang utama adalah algoritma canggih yang bisa mengenali minat kita terhadap apapun dari interaksi yang kita lakukan per detik di TikTok. Kita tidak memberitahu TikTok apa yang ingin kita lihat, mereka yang memberitahu kita. Sampai-sampai ada ungkapan, TikTok mengenali kita lebih dari kita sendiri. Dan ini membuat kita untuk scrolling tak kenal waktu. Lalu seberapa TikTok sadar dan mengakui ada masalah di sini. So it's so easy to get addicted to scrolling on TikTok. Is that also a concern for you, or the more people spend time on the platform, the better for the company?
We have spent a lot of time working with experts to identify what is the right amount of time on our platform, particularly with teenagers. So a number of things, we do a number of things. First, starting from the US, we rolled out a 60-minute default for anybody below the age of 18.
So the time limit is 1 hour?
We set that time limit. We want to encourage these teenagers to have a better conversation with their parents on what is the appropriate time they should be spending on their devices. We also provide parents with more tools. We call them family pairing. And what it allows is for the parent, to be able to have better control of the experience that the teenagers are using on our app. You can limit the time spent, and you can put a few more restrictions if you use family pairing as a parent. Now, third, for any user, if you spend too much time on our platform, depending on the time of day, we actually proactively send you videos to encourage you to maybe do something else. Go outside if it's the daytime.
This is all over the world, not just the US? I mean, the
yes,
policies already...
Yes, we're rolling this out around the world. So we are continuing to study this. We believe that users have a lot of choices. They could be spending their time, using TikTok. They could be spending their time watching television. They could be spending their time playing video games. But at the same time, we need to be very responsible in how we are providing tools to help them have a healthy relationship with their screens.
What do you think is the reasonable amount of time that people should spend on your platform?
I think it's a very personal choice, and it
How
is.
long did you spend your time on?
Oh, I'm different because I work. This is work for me.
So it's work and pleasure, or just work?
Both. I am very thankful that I'm doing work that I enjoy very much. But I think it's a very important discussion for a lot of people. What is the right and healthy amount of time you should be spending with your device? And particularly if you have teenage children, this is a very important discussion for parents to have with their teenagers as well. And our job is to provide you with as many tools as we can to help you progress that relationship.
So what's your For Your page look like? Only work, or maybe some golf there, or your favorite books, or?
Because I spend a lot of time in various countries, so I get a very diverse set on my For You page. But generally speaking, funny things. I get a lot of jokes. I get a lot of dad jokes for some reason. So it's very funny content on my platform. I occasionally see you.
Really?
You posted a video of me recently. Thank you for that.
Yes, because we're actually collecting videos from TikTok users. Can I show some of them to you so that you can answer? Yeah. Shou, CEO TikTok akan ke Indonesia, dan Mata Najwa akan wawancara eksklusif dengan.
Hi Mbak Najwa, so I have several questions to Mr. Chu. May I know the process of TikTok violation guideline checking? Because sometimes harmless content are being taken down daily without knowing what's the reason behind it. And if we're talking about violation guideline, what's like the borderline for it? Even though we can appeal, but it's kind of annoying that you're already on the brink of FYP moment and then it got taken down so suddenly. So yeah, we need to know the borderline of the guideline violation because now it feels so vaguely on what's okay and not okay.
Yeah, so how do you ensure that balance between freedom of expressions and then safety, user safety?
Yes, this is a great question. We try and provide more transparency to our users. Every year or so, we update our community guidelines. And the most recent iteration happened in March, where we try to give more information on how we think about the more details around what is violative, what is not violative, and some of the actions that we take and why. And of course, there's always more improvement here. We can give more information to our users. We can improve our appeal process. But I think the user pointed out correctly that this is a very big challenge. How do we balance between safety and making sure that there is no what we call overkill, accidental takedowns of content that is fine. We have a team of experts who are looking at this daily. We have a combination of humans and machines to help us with content moderation, and we want to continue to invest to make sure that we are very precise about how we do this job.
Halo Banana, halo Mr. Chu. Kenalin aku Angel. Jadi aku mau nanya Mr. Chu, kira-kira anak Mr. Chu main TikTok nggak ya? Kalau main, gimana sih cara Mr. Chu menanamkan kebiasaan baik untuk anak-anak Mr. Chu dalam hal bersosial media?
Yeah, how do you instill that healthy?
Again, this is a great question. I think it's different from every parent. TikTok only has an under 13 experience in the United States today. And that experience is something that we're very confident and proud of because we work with third-party child safety experts to make sure that every single piece of content goes through additional screening by them. In the US, we have an under 13 experience. So if my children are in the US, absolutely. My children are under 13. So if they were in the US, they can use that experience. Globally, it is currently a 13 and above experience. At the same, I think, for parents, for us, it is giving the parents tools to be able to have these discussions with their teenagers on what is the best and most healthy relationship for them and their screens.
Okay, the last questions from TikTok's user.
Halo Mr. Chu, halo Mata Najwa. My name is Ilham Romana. You can call me Ilham. Mr. Chu, I have a question for you. You are the CEO of TikTok, right? I have a question. Have you ever ordered some stuff from TikTok? And did you pay for it? Okay, that's my question.
This is a great question. So e-commerce is now recently launched in Singapore. And I have, not only bought stuff on TikTok, I've also tried, as a creator myself now, I have tried buying, trying the various experiences that the creators could experience on our app as well. Today, e-commerce is already doing very well here. And I look forward to buying some of the stuff here in Indonesia as well.
And Ilham, I'm sure Shou pays for what he purchases, right, Shou?
Yes, of
Not
course.
because you're the CEO of TikTok and then you get everything for free. Dulu nih, kalau lihat ada orang senyum-senyum sendiri, kita pasti mengira dia lagi jatuh cinta. Tapi sekarang belum tentu. Bisa jadi dia hanya sedang lagi main TikTok. Tapi seperti cinta, kadang candu. Dan yang candu memang kadang bikin cemas. Kemampuan TikTok untuk menyebarkan pesan begitu cepat membuat siapa saja bisa viral dalam semalam mengandung resiko. Sesuatu yang cepat, yang instan, yang selalu ingin segera, bagaikan anak panah yang buru-buru dilepaskan. Arah lesatannya tak bisa kita kendalikan. Itu kenapa diskusi ini juga seharusnya tak terbatasi durasi. Banyak lagi yang perlu dibicarakan dan dikawal. Tentang moderasi konten, adiksi pengguna, keamanan data. Semua untuk memastikan apa yang dicintai orang banyak ini tidak akan berbalik melukai. Sementara itu saya tetap menantikan kreasi-kreasi kalian anak-anak muda di TikTok. Supaya bisa senyum-senyum sendirian. Oh ya, jangan lupa istirahat. Hidup bukan cuma di FYP. Yang nyata juga butuh kamu scrolling.